Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell into play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our new world. All the lion tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand we did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning, this is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to our new world. All the lions tried to hide away from the scars we made. From the scars we Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our new world. All the lions tried to hide away from the scars we made. Welcome to
And welcome to Nerd TV for another OP Buttkicker Grand National Series race presented by Icon Apparel Company on Nerd TV on this fine Wednesday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central almost here. And we're with the final four tonight. 4 drivers, 1 track, 1 championship. Who's going to take home the glory here for this season for the OP Buttkicker Grand National Tour? As we start off the countdown to green, we're gonna talk about it here. Of course, we're gonna get over the weather like we usually do. There you go. Partly cloudy, 65 degrees, no humidity. For Talladega, I doubt that's realistic. And the wind, though, the wind that's fairly typical. Not so much winds over here on the Alabama side of things. To set up the scene for the final race of the Wednesday series. My name is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty, and to my right-hand side, very, very tired Dustin Loxton, ballistic man of many hats, many everything. Dustin, what's up, man?
Like you said, very, very tired, 13 and a half hour workday, and here to call the championship race at Jeremy, a track that you know is probably, when it comes to super speedways slash restrictor plate tracks, my favorite of the bunch. But I mean, it's Talladega. What better place to do it? A lot of the seasons here at OP have ended on Daytona, but having it end on Talladega. I mean, track is wide enough for 3, 4 wide. We have called 4 wide races here at OP and other leagues that we broadcast as well, Global Racing League. I mean, there's room for it. As long as the drivers can hold it, there's room for it. I mean, championship implications, 4 drivers. Those are the only 4 going for the title. It is be the highest finisher of those 4 drivers to accumulate the most amount of points out of that, or win the race and lock yourself in. I mean, it's all or nothing at this point in time, man.
And for the viewers that are currently on YouTube, all 12 of them at the moment to start off this broadcast, they want to know what's the 4 drivers. Well, if you tuned in late last week, we kind of noted as who was going to be it, but of course they had to go with the official results and make sure everything's finalized. So there you go, upper right hand corner of your screen. You're going to find Logan York in the 02. You're going to find Jeff Crosby Jr. in a throwback car in the 33. You're going to find Adam Kilday in the 85. And you're going to find the 88 of Gabe Butler. Those 4 guys are going to be racing for that championship trophy. There's one of the throwbacks. It's the skull scheme for Mr. Crosby Jr. And that's not the only Crosby who brought back a throwback. If you rotate the senior, Skull Bandits. This guy in the black and white car, the other one in the multicolored green one, rocking it for the final final race of the season. That's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah, and I mean, these 4 drivers, they did a fantastic job. I mean, anybody that made the playoffs, the top 16,
Playoffs.
going for it, did a fantastic job. I mean, it is tough to make it to the championship 4, but out of these 4 drivers, Jeremy, we have something else. We have the most accumulated points over the last 3 races. We have the top 5 drivers, and I think this is ever vitally important. If I could talk, would be awesome. But if you look at these top 5 drivers, literally all 4 of your championship 4 drivers, the 4 drivers going for the chip tonight, are in the top 5 of the most accumulated points over the last 3 consecutive races. Crosby Jr. leading the way at 109. Anthony English just missed that cut line after last week's race and did not make the championship 4, but he's second. But look, you got Gabe Butler, Adam Kilday, and Logan York all there as the most accumulated points, and that is your top 5. The only one that's in there that's not part of the championship 4 is Anthony English. So these drivers know consistency. They know how to accumulate points. They know how to get it done, and it's going to be a tough one tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you expect your championship guys to be in that stat column right there, and there they are, showing their faces. And shout out to, we talked about it right before we went live, Bubba Winningham picking up his first ever OP win last week. And we had just as many viewers, if not more, for that interview section than we did for the first half of the entire race, because it meant so much to that guy in the 66 that you see. And there's the stats from last week. Butler, Crosby Jr., English, Lane. Top 5 there with Anthony English winning that stage as well. Anthony always in the stage picture, but Dustin, we don't have to worry about that tonight. It is just 4 drivers going for it all. And that's what we're here for, as we're going to kick this thing to qualifying. That means post-race show, or pre-race show is over. We're going full screen for qualifying here. And, well, Dustin, we got some people in the chat. I invited my brother to be in the booth on the last broadcast on Sunday. He said no, but then he didn't show up in the chats either. And
But
then now
he's
he
here
is
tonight.
here on a Wednesday. Where is Mr. Triple S? I don't know where Mr. Triple S is. And then Kenny Bishop saying, "Let's go kill day." I didn't realize that Kenny Bishop had a hat for one of these drivers out here, but here we are. We got our cheerleaders out there. Let's see,
All right.
Belva Felt saying, "Go to it, Recrat," which, did I recognize that name? No. I'm not too sure. Maybe Dustin might know. And then Carlos Sanchez.
what name's
so
that?
let's do this. Ricrat. R-I-C-R-A-T. Not sure what that name is. Maybe some clarification from Belva would be kind of cool. So I know who to give a proper shout out to. 14 watching qualifying session here. We're on, I think, Talladega scammer here, the 85.
Fastest man in practice. You know how we do it here up in the booth, Jeremy.
There you go. And he's got some chrome green accents to this car. He's in it for the championship race here. And let's see what he does in this one lap qualifying session.
Yeah, and you said it right there. Single lap qualifying, so they're going to take it high through 3 and 4. They get one out lap. He's taking his green flag to start his time lap. He's going to keep it high, drift it just slightly down about mid-track, take it down this second leg here, and then slowly merge down. And he is gonna paint that yellow line all the way around. Now the trick to this, Jeremy, is speed scrubbing. You do not want to scrub speed. Any input you put in the wheel is just slowly scrubbing speed, so you kind of want to let the car go where it wants to naturally. And you see he's going to run those left tires right on that white line, that first set of dash white lines, slowly drift down to set up for turn 3. Very clean lap so far for Adam Kilday, who is your fastest driver in practice.
Yeah, you don't want to scrub speed, especially on the first half of the lap. You're just going to wreck the entire thing. But even the slightest wiggle, if you stick that yellow line and then slightly move that wheel, that's a 10th. That's a 10th off, and that's the difference between first place and like 10th or 15th. That's how tight qualifying at super speedways are. As he crosses that line, Kilday fastest in practice, going to be at a 54.052. Currently sets him up P2 on the boards, it looks like, at the moment, and we have about 10 to 15 times posted so far, as we're 2 minutes away to close out this final qualifying session of the OP Buttkicker Grand National Series. Anthony English, P1, Crosby Jr. second, Kilday third, Vicente Guerrero fourth, and Zach Rich currently holds the top 5 in this qualifying session.
Correction, Rick Sanchez just knocked him down. We've been kind of riding on board with our championship 4
sure
here.
did.
Right now, Crosby Jr. being the highest of the championship 4 in P3. Gabe Butler just crossed and knocked Crosby down. Now Gabe Butler the highest out of the championship 4. P3, Crosby Jr. P4, Adam Kilday P6. And as it sits right now, Jeremy.
Hey, Pasta.
And unless I am just not reading this right, I do not see our 4th championship contender in here. I do not see Mr. Logan York. I mean, I have been up in
implications.
I have been up the 13 and a half hour workday, so my sight may be just a hair off.
Nope. You are absolutely correct. There is, so on how OP does it, you guys can't see it on the screen, but we can. The results tab on the iRacing UI, they put all the names that are in the playoffs all in capital letters, so they really just stand out to us. And Dustin's absolutely correct. Logan York is not in this session. He had 4 drivers. Now we have our 3 people contending for this championship. Unless he sneaks in. He technically has 20 seconds, Dustin, to get into the session. 20 seconds are left. Now it's 15. But most likely, we're not going to see Logan partake in this race tonight.
Absolutely. So that means your championship contenders went from a championship 4 to a championship 3, and that's going to be Gabe Butler, Crosby Jr., and Adam Kilday, and all three of them are nestled nice and neat inside the top 10 in third, fourth, and seventh as qualifying rounds out for tonight's event, Jeremy. So this is going to be a good one. Talladega, favorite plate track of the bunch, stated that numerous times. I don't know what it is. Apparently, it's the only track at OP that I can actually win at, because still winless at Daytona. But this track here, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a lucky rabbit's foot.
I'm going to make you a new car only for Daytona to change that luck and save the other luck for the Talladega scheme. That's what we're going to do for you here at Nerd Wraps. We're going to hook Dustin up with a paint scheme per track. Since they only run 4 tracks a season, or 4. Well, they run 4. They won one time in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
Yeah, so 4 paint schemes. And there we go. You can win in each of them. But here we go. The Anthony English at Daytona, or I said Daytona.
Oh, you
I
can't give me
quit.
crap about it now. I did that with
Talatona.
yep.
It's Talatona.
It's Talatona
again,
now.
Look at him go. Can't speak. Here we go. OP Buttkicker Grand National Series final gridding of this season. Rick Sanchez, P1. Second place, Anthony English. Third, championship contender Gabe Butler. Fourth place, Everett Lane. Fifth, Crosby Jr. Les Levy in 6th, and Adam Kilday in 7th. Those guys are all 3 championship contenders inside the top 7. Vicente Guerrero in 8th. And row 5 will be Zach Fritsch and Jimmy Reynolds. Row 6 will be Zachary Workman and Jeff Crosby Sr. Eric Lowry and Dana Shepard share row 7. Alex Giffen and Harold Rothery share row 8. Stephen Luttrell and Alex Green share row 9. And Dave Hunt and David Overstreet round out the top 20. 21st, Nathan Warren. 22nd, Ron Walters. 23rd, Gary Bergeron. 24th is Derek Donna, and that's your final person to qualify. 25th on back is sorted by your I ratings, highest to lowest, which will be Rick Seabrands, Shane Ward, Mark Mann, Michael Pratt, Joe Guerrero, Len McNeese, and Douglas R. Johnson. 31 drivers, 70 laps, 3 guys looking at 1 trophy, maybe even 2. They can win the race and get the race trophy and the championship trophy in the same scene. Who's going to take it home? Let us know in the chats. We see Kenny Bishop with Adam Kilday. Who else do we have here? We got 18 viewers. I know there's some other opinions out there.
Oh, there's got to be some other opinions out there. We know that these drivers, they got their fan base. They're ready to go. Like I said, last race of the season, but not the last time that you will see the Buttkicker Grand National Series presented by Icon Apparel Company on Nerd TV. Yeah. We will be back next season, tentatively early May. First or second week of May, tentatively right now. But stay tuned. Be sure you like and follow our socials and our YouTube. It will notify you when we are going live. But we will be back in full force for the entirety of next season, start to finish, Jeremy.
I heard if we had 500 subscribers before the next season, my brother Brian Stanley will be in the booth with us one race. I just made this up on the fly, but that'd be kind of cool if we can get there. So
sounds legit. Sounds legit. I'm going to hold you to it. I'm going
to hold it to Brian.
Surprise, Brian.
All the flack that I catch, he can pop himself in the booth and, join us for one of these events. That'd be kind of fun. Brian's a character, right? So he can be a character in the booth. And he'll be our comedy correspondent in this booth. But we got Pace Car dipping down. Bubba Winningham, winner of last week, in the chat saying late getting home from work, but glad I can catch the broadcast. So welcome aboard, man. And Ginger Parent saying let's go Derek Donna and Dana Shepard. Throttles at the ready. Green flag is in the air. Here we go. 70 laps for the final event with the Anthony English at Talladega. Oh, they're already going to be wrecking. Oh my, so close. Oh, there we go. We are 5-6 wide. We are wrecking. We got caution out by admins. Already going to tame the field down. The 15, Mr. Senior. He's got some heavy damage to the rear. There's one car in the top 10. I'm trying to figure out who that was. They got some damage. That's going to be the 24.
Oh, yeah.
Everett Lane. Here we go. Let's see what happens.
Well, it looked like Anthony
bumped.
English was going through the gears there, was real close, just looked like an offset bump there. And, you know, that's one thing with these Xfinity cars is they have such a soft bumper, meaning that the car literally glitches into the other one. And if you're offset like that, it will push that car up or down. And you can see them backfire coming out. The little bump there goes down towards Sanchez, and that just creates a stack up all the way back. You can see the stack up already. Les Levy stacking it up. Everybody trying to woe it down. Backfire coming out. Everybody taking evasive action. And eventually, Jeremy, it's going to catch up, and that's exactly what happened with Jeff Crosby Sr. He was checking up. The person behind him just did not get the memo. It finally caught up and shot him down 2 lanes down into Workman there.
Yeah, I think he swiped the back bumper of Workman, maybe just a touch, but Eric Lowry and the Juan Deere, he really got just door slammed deep into the apron infield side, if you will, even though it's all asphalt. But, you know, that was not a hard hit in comparison to some others, so that should be completely repairable. I've been wrecked harder at OP and able to get my damage repaired in just 2 pit stops, so that's kind of sketch. Let's get these guys calmed down, get them regathered back up, and just basically put a reset on the race, and we'll see what happens here. But do we expect this whole field to come down to top off, Dustin?
You know what? Usually the rate it's going is I would probably expect them to come down the entire field. You might have some people try to stay out, but the way that it's looking, Jeremy, is this entire field is going to come down and top off. One person electing to stay out there. So that's Nate Warren. He's going to jump from about 20th all the way up to the front of the field, Jeremy. So he's going to go from 20th to 1st on that. Not a bad strategy call because they really didn't have a chance to really wind anything up on that. So that's not a bad strategy call from the 16 camp there to put them in position, because track position is vitally important on this one. Now remember, we are going to have a competition caution at the completion of lap 35. So your lap tracker on the top left of that standings bar will say 36 of 70. When we hit 36 of 70, competition caution comes out. Now they will have to make a green flag pit stop if they can go green from the drop of this green flag all the way to the completion of lap 35. They will have to make a green flag pit stop in order to make it to the end. That's where this could play, because that means that right now the 16 possibly could be a half a lap shorter than everybody else in comparison, maybe a lap. But depending on what he does, if he gets behind somebody, that could easily be conserved and saved over the next 16 laps or so before they come down pit road for green flag pit stops.
That's what makes this league so unique, is they run 45% fuel, which, by the way, I don't know if you've shown that graphic yet. Of,
I got you, boo-boo. I got you.
50 setups, 45% fuel load, unlimited tires, 1 fast repair, 2 green-white checkers, and a lucky dog to settle it out every single caution. So, yeah, it's very unique. 45% fuel, so you don't have more than 14, 15 laps in the tank. You have 70-lap race. So you're guaranteed to come down 4 times. But if you have a caution like that, you only drove 1 lap, or 2 laps technically. And you have to come down for fuel. And you're like, why? You just started. And it's like, well, you only can run 14 laps. So, you know, putting fuel in the tank gives you about, 10% of that fuel run. So it makes a difference. And that's why you're going to see them all come down pit road every single time they possibly can, because it just makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, it does. The only time that it doesn't make sense is track position. Jeremy, you and I, the rest of the Nerd Esports guys, we have been in situations where the track position was more vitally important. Was it going to push us close on having enough to make it to the end, or having it enough for 1 or 2 green-white checkers? Yeah, it was going to push us close, but being further up in the standings and further up the field was way more beneficial to be outside of that gridlock on the I-95. You know, it's sometimes you have to gamble it. You have to. That's the only way that you can do it. Right now, the 16 and Nate Warren electing to take the high side. Leader's choice on lane selection. He is electing to take the high side. Gabe Butler will restart front on the inside row there, but he cannot go until the 16 of Nate Warren goes. He cannot pass him. Otherwise, will be issued a black flag. So we'll see how this restart goes. Hopefully cleaner than the last one there. We got to watch the bumps on these soft bumpers, Jeremy, because that has a tendency to happen quite often with these Xfinity cars.
It's indeed true. Watch the bumps, and we'll see what happens here. I'm looking at some of these cars. I think the schemes that Peter DeBorgia has put up for his buddies. You got Zach Britch, you got Nathan Warren, you got Crosby Jr. They like their rear ends of their Mustangs are they're halfway deleted. And I'm just kind of staring at them like, why is there no Ford, no nothing on the back? They've updated the cars for 2025 standards, and I guess that isn't an official sim stamp part of the car, so like half it's just not there. That was just a fun mention there underneath this caution period. We're about to go back to green flag though. We got 22 viewers currently live, which is almost double from what we had last week at this point in the race, which is 5 laps in. So appreciate y'all joining in. Hopefully we stick around. We have a great race here to close out the season for this portion of it. And here we go. Anthony English at Talladega is about to fire back off here. Nathan Warren, Gabe Butler, front row. Green flag is out. Can they go through the gears correctly this time? Wednesday's usually pretty clean on things. And looks like this time we do have success through third gear and into fourth. And now off they go, Dustin, up to speed.
And Jeremy, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but all 3 of your championship contenders, because remember Logan York not in attendance tonight, are lined up nose to tail on the inside line, led by Gabe Butler right now, Jeff Crosby Jr. giving the pushes to the 88, and then Adam Kilday giving the pushes and trailing the 33. Congratulations to Adam Kilday as well. Locking in the Monday Premier Series championship this past Monday. Was able to pull that championship in, seeing if he can't make it a 2-chip season by trying to nab the Buttkicker Grand National Series chip tonight.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Get 2 championships within one season. That's got to make you feel good, right? Getting 1 at a super speedway is one thing, but to snag 2 in the same season would be amazing. So either way, we'll see what happens here. 2 by 2, 4 rows deep, and there's a little gap there, and then there's about 4 more cars headed up on the outside, and that's going to complete really the top 15 as such. And very calm, easygoing setup here for the first green flag run of this race. We're on lap 6, headed toward lap 7. Dustin, I want to shout out the company that represents themselves for this race and every race at OP that we broadcast. It's going to be Icon Apparel Company. Go to iconapparelcompany.com to hook your team up, whether it be esports, softball, baseball, whatever sport you're going to do for your high school, your college, just for funsies. Maybe you have a work team, I don't know. But they do customized full dye t-shirts, and you can customize it directly from the website. And that's all at iconapparelcompany.com. You super nerd for 25% off.
Absolutely, and we got third lane coming in right now. Solo car up there, going to be the 19 of Zach Workman, trying to move forward right now on the outside. But Jeremy, that is a very lonesome lane up there right now, as he is the sole driver experimenting with that top side. Everybody else lined up nose to tail on the bottom in the middle lane right now. Currently still got Nate Warden leading that middle lane. 88 of Gabe Butler leading the inside lane. Nothing much has really changed up front right now, Jeremy. They seem pretty calm and content, running nose to tail double file right now, trying to get some of these laps logged in. So they, again, we've seen a lot of the races, Jeremy, on Wednesday that have gone minimal cautions. We've had races go caution-free. So I would have to believe that the drivers were probably not too happy with the way that the race started. But as I say that, we now got 3 drivers up on that top side right now, and that's going to be led by Mr. Dave Hunt, the 53. He's got a couple drivers in tow, a couple more jump up now. And Jeremy, we got ourselves a race.
Dave Hunt in the hunt at the top there, trying to make things work. He's got some friends now, 5, 6 cars at the top right now as we complete lap number 8. Onwards to lap number 9. Nathan Warren did lead the last time by there. As you see it, the outside they are moving, they are creeping, they are in the top 10 now. Smoke right in front of them, not sure who that came from, but running on board the window, now the rear bumper of one of the cars up here in the front. Maybe that number 62, top lane. You said that's Dave Hunt there in the 5th. Oh, we got so much smoke in there. Oh, okay. Was that an expired engine?
That's what it looks like. It looks like just as it. Yeah, I was about to say, as it went by real fast, looked like it was a 10.
He's got damage. He's got heavy damage. He's got a broken left front wheel. I want to know where that came from. No caution apparently for the number 10. Yeah, I'm not sure, but ooh, that was close there. I thought it was Les Levy in the 62. I think he got the 10.
Oh,
Lowry. What happened there?
No, and Lowry, hard impact on the inside. Yeah. Walter's heavy impact too, but that front nose is demolished on that 071 Juan Deere Camaro there. But yeah, that was a wild wreck. Both drivers still going, and well, to add insult to injury, his front left tire completely locked up after that hard left side impact. So might have been part of the reason why he couldn't turn there, and kind of added insult to injury to the 071.
Yeah, those two guys. 71 back on track. He's now exiting pit road right next to the leaders. You can see him on the screen right about now, below the double yellow line. So he's obviously used his fast repair. He's got his car looking great again. So early time to use it, but you had to. He probably had a meatball and a lot of repair time. So now he's got to play it safe for the next 60 laps to complete this thing out. So there's that race update.
He's
there.
Not in bad. He's not in a bad situation though. Right now, he is the first driver that is at least 1 lap down. We know a competition caution is going to come out at the conclusion of lap 35. So as long as he can maintain, he will get the lucky dog there as it sits. So I mean, he's not entirely out of it right now, but he's got a little work ahead of him for sure.
Yeah, 100% here. And pit stop should be coming up in about 5-ish laps, 4 to 5 laps. We've only, we started this thing with a couple of caution laps, so could be a little bit more than like the 16 lap range in total before they start creeping their way down. Lap 12 underway on the back straightaway, still 3 wide, about 5 cars, a little left and right motion from the top lane. It's going to slow down that momentum temporarily. So the top 10 is going to go back to 2x2x2. Gabe Butler, Jeff Crosby Jr. These two championship contenders, all 3 of them, first, second, third.
Yeah, right where they need to be. You see that Nate Warren no longer leading that mid line there, but did get behind the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., and that is his FSR teammate. So a little bit of that might be to conserve a little bit of fuel so that they can both be on the same pit strategy. Because, Jeremy, we talked about it, mentioned it a number of times, that pit buddies are a must. You cannot come down by yourself. You will get left in the dust. So a little bit of strategy there, not to mention that the 33 is one of the drivers going for the championship. So he's got his teammates lined up behind him because Zach Fritsch is also FSR. So you have your teammates lined up there. Strategy already at play early on, working lap 13, Jeremy.
Yeah, they are not giving up. Les Levy continuing to try to make this outside work. He's got the number 1 behind him with the 53, the 24. Remember, Everett started in the top 5. He had some damage on that very first opening lap. And now he's got that thing repaired just outside the top 10 right now. As the outside still building cars back to 6 or 7 up at the top now. Can they give any last momentum push before they have to get down for that pit stop coming up here shortly.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, is trying to build that momentum. You know that you have to get down to the inside lane, so it's going to be ever vitally important that these drivers watch their fuel and not cut themselves short. They have to get down and pit from the inside lane, and there you see Les Levy and Gary Bergeron getting down to the inside while Bergeron kind of floating and decides to make the decision to come down right in front of the 19 of Workman. Workman, on the other hand, decides to flip-flop, possibly go to the outside, and thinks better of it, pulls back down in. They still have to get down to the inside lane, though, Jeremy, for green flag pit stops coming up here shortly.
Yep, they still have to make their way down. Lap 15 currently is what these guys are working on. Back straightaway, a lot of 2x2. The outside is completely broken up, minus Everett trying to get down himself to be completing in the 2-lane situation here. A couple laps, pit road will be open for everyone's pit stop. Or pit stops that are all going to happen. And well, no, here comes the 1 and the 19. As soon as I say 2 wide, as we go Space Panda drone cam. Oh, look at this, a last hoorah from the 1 and the 19. Now the 46 of David Overstreet. He's going to join the top here. And I'm not sure if this is going to pay dividends, because you have to get down here real shortly.
Yeah, and these drivers know that. I mean, they know what they have to work, but, I mean, you see 2 solid lanes right now, Jeremy. A lot of drivers electing not to go to that outside. Gary Bergeron and the 1, Zach Workman in the 19. You see David Overstreet in the 46. The only drivers in that top lane, but, Jeremy, they're making moves right now. They are now neck and neck with both Warren and Crosby Jr. until that corner entry there, but pit stop's going to be coming up. That is something that these drivers have got to keep in mind, and pit stops are going to be crazy. A bad pit stop can break a race big time. An excellent pit stop can completely make a race. That was one thing that we learned doing this now for a number of seasons, Jeremy, is pit stops are key.
And they really are. Super speedways, it's way more important, right? Because you have to have your draft partner. Obviously, don't need to describe that any more than that. But so if you have a hiccup and you have to maybe reverse for 2 seconds to get back into your stall, 2 seconds. That's the difference between going 190 miles an hour, which they're doing now, versus 175, which is a qualifying time. So very crucial to exit with your partners whenever you head down pit road is still flying the drone camera. I've got some cool drone camera practice I've done some last week with my controller. I'm excited.
My protege.
When we get the dual stream back up where my screen can be broadcasted and your screen, you're going to see some cool, sick nasty, as the kids would say, drone shots, but that's in the works. But what's also in the works is the 12 slamming the 16's back bumper. You saw it there. It put the 16 Nathan Warren a little out of shape. Was able to hold on to it. And here we are. This is going to be crucial first pit stop. How much practice do these guys have? And who's going to hit their marks? We've seen some championship contenders in this playoffs have pit stop penalties off right away on the first stop. So let's knock this rust off.
Yeah, and this is a perfect team setup right now for FSR. I mean, if you look at this, you got Crosby Jr. leading the inside lane. He is your championship contender out of that team. And then you got 2 FSR drivers on the top side, which is locking and preventing the other 2 championship contenders for trying to make a move and go into the outside to pass the 33. It's your typical box maneuver. You know, you can get locked. And I mean, it is like bumper to bumper traffic when you're on that inside and you cannot get to the outside because there's drivers there. You're stuck. You just got to ride where you are at and wait for something to open up. So, I mean, even early on, trying to get as much front time and get the championship drivers is, there you see another bump from Gabe Butler, who Gabe Butler is probably one of the strongest pushers as far as a draft partner in OP. And you can see how these cars, it's not so much the driver, but these cars with the soft bumper, you've seen the 33 kind of get out of sorts a little bit on a couple bumps going down that front stretch, Jeremy.
Yeah, we've seen Nathan Warren 16. He's on pit road, and that's it. The guy who was leading the race solely by himself on pit road. Now that, I mean, he pitted first, so we'll see if he can catch any draft. But by yourself is not the way to do it. And
we talked about that with him staying out.
He was leading too, so he gets the least amount of fuel efficiency. He's catching all the air on his nose. So, and now we got 6-7 cars on this pit stop, led by Crosby Jr., the 33.
Yeah, 33, Crosby Jr., Dana Shepard, Harold Rothery, Alex Giffen, David Overstreet, Crosby Sr., and Derek Donna all coming down to the service of their virtual pit crew right now. So they're in hopes that Nathan Warren can catch on with this first pack that came down. Gabe Butler now leading a very long choo-choo train on that inside. Just a few drivers, and you see those drivers now working to get to the inside. Vicente Guerrero jumped to the inside. Zach Fritsch going to jump to the inside. That's going to leave Rick Seabrins and the 44 of Anthony English on that outside right now. Now with Zach Warren, they're all on that outside, so they're at least going to go around one more lap. That's what that's telling me. Mark Mann also going to go around one more lap, but we have a lot of cars coming in. Brake lockups, 4 wide coming down pit road. What an entry on that one, Jeremy.
3 wide too, so hopefully your pit stop on the guy on the outside is not coming up real soon. You're gonna have to give and take here a little bit. It looks like they all kind of do file in very well, actually. So all of them smooth stops. I don't see any missed marks. Very good entrance overall for that group of cars. Now we're focusing on the 19, Mr. Zachary Workman. He's got him and quite a few people yet to come down pit road. We should see it this time by.
Yeah, this time by, expect these 6 cars to come down pit road, and here they come. You see them all filing in, coming off of turn 4, all the way down to pit road speed at 55 mile an hour. You see Mark Mann locking them up a little bit. But otherwise, Jeremy, looks like a pretty clean entry for these drivers here. You need a clean pit stop to get back out, because this group right here, Jeremy, has got a full head of steam.
Yes, they do. And trying to head off into turn number 3, led by this 88, Gabe Butler. Kilday right behind. Fritz right behind him. Top 3 in this group, Vicente Guerrero. Then you have the 5, Rick Sanchez. All filing in here. As the second group has caught now the first group. They're 2 by 2 behind him for a little bit. They're trying to figure out what lane they want to partake in before they catch these top 5. And it looks like half go to the bottom, some stay to the top. The 3 of Alex Green, he's going to be solo for a little bit. As soon as I say that, Crosby Jr., he sneaks up there to the second group to help the 3, the 33, and the 3 helping in lane 2.
Yeah, and you see that last group now merging in, but they're not up to speed, whereas this pack here is up to full speed right now. So their hopes is that they can blend in nice and easy and continue on until we can get to the end of Stage 1, Jeremy, and talk with our Stage 1 winner once we get to that point.
Yep, it is coming up here shortly. And what we're going to do, since pit stops have sequenced through, we're going to take our first picture-in-picture commercial break, and we'll be right back here shortly.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful, booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
And back to full screen here. Lap 27. We got 8 or 9 laps left before we're going to talk to our final stage winner of this current season. Remember, we'll be back 3 weeks from tonight, I do believe, May 7th. Tentatively, that could change. We don't know officially yet. So 3 weeks roughly, and we'll be back here. Nerd TV, same time, same date, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. We'll announce that, on our socials when that does go official. But back to the action here. Gabe Butler on the top. He's going to lead the 12 of Zach Fritsch. He's going to lead him almost in front of Alex Green there. Gabe Butler's sole leader of that lap. Now lap 28.
Yeah, Alex Green been holding strong on that inside lane. You can see the 88 of Butler trying to get a little side draft there, and that just lurches the 3 of Alex Green ahead a little bit more with big pushes from the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. So Jr. giving big pushes right now. Like you said, we are getting ever closer to that stage 1 completion. So they are trying everything. You're going to see that third lane really start coming in, Jeremy. If these drivers can hold and maintain it, it will be a 3-wide finish crossing the start-finish line. But as you can look right now, Gabe Butler getting big pushes from Zach Fritsch. He lurches further forward as that center lane's building up momentum.
It is. They made some steam last lap. Now this lap, the 3 he's there, but still led by Gabe Butler that time by 14 one-thousandths of a second. 88-3 side by side. Row 2 is the 12 and 33. We got 3 cars now forward trying to run the top once more. And we've seen this top lane perform so well in the past. Dustin, what do you think is hindering the top this time around? I know there was an iRacing update. I don't know if that did anything to these cars, but I just feel like we've seen it easier in the past where some of the guys can just pass 10 cars on the top and zoom to the front.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing, Jeremy. We have yet to really see that third lane become organized. I mean, we've had 3, 4, or 5 cars up in that top lane, but they haven't really been close. They haven't really been pushing to really maximize that. Whereas if you look up on that lead pack, these drivers are very close, and it's very close, 2, 3, 4 cars back. So I think it's an organization thing. They haven't got the right person leading. They haven't got the right second person in line being the pusher. But that could change now as Rick Sanchez jumps up there. Big pushes from the 19 of Workman, Jeremy. This could be the organization they needed. So we might be seeing that come in now as we are coming up to 5 laps left before the end of stage 1.
3 wide, 4 by 4, or 3 by 3 by 3, 4, 5 rows deep. I said, where'd the 3 wide go? And they just quickly said, you know what? Here you are. This is exactly what the 3 wide looks like here. And the 5 actually, Mr. Rick Sanchez, your pole sitter, back to the front. And now he's cleared. For a moment, he elects to stay on the top lane. But man, this is getting good now.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what it was. We had yet to see a number of cars really dedicate themselves to that top lane. It takes a level of dedication to go up there and stay up there because it's a give and take. You're going to lose them going in the corner, but you're going to gain on the center off with a lot of these. You see the 88 trying to side draft the 3, and this is good 3-wide racing, Jeremy. We are working lap 31 right now. We're going to start working lap 32. That means 4 laps to go before we sit here and get to the end of this stage. Ooh, Gabe Butler, Alex Green, super close going through that tri-oval right there. And they got lapped traffic coming up here real quick, which is going to be very tricky if they catch him in the corner, that driver doesn't get off the track because, Jeremy, there's not a whole lot of room right now. And it's going to be gridlock like this until we cross the line to end stage 1.
It is gridlocked, so someone wants to sneak in 4 wide, and it ain't worth it on lap 32. But, you know, we're also coming up 3 laps, 2.5 laps till stage end, so let's see. If you're stuck and you're wanting that stage for whatever reason, it doesn't matter right now. It does not matter. It's just top 3 in points, battling for 1 championship, but, you know, stage win is a stat in OP's books. It is a bragging right of some kind. So we'll see what that looks like. Alex Green's going to lead this time by in the center lane. Big help by the 88 of Gabe Butler to shove him to the front. Number 5, Rick Sanchez had a good run right there with Zach, but that backed down quick. Now it's 2x2, 33. Jeff Crosby Jr. He's currently leading the inside.
Yeah, leading the inside right now. The 3 of Alex Green elected to jump up to the center lane in front of the 88 of Gabe Butler. That's to give the 33 a little fresh air. Temperature management is a big thing, and a lot of these drivers are very good at helping the people that have been pushing them. When they sit here and call out saying, I'm hot, I'm burning up, I'm on fire, they try to make way because, again, that pusher is not going to do you any good at the end of the race if they've blown their motor and burnt their fasty and blown another motor. So they're willing to help you now. There's a chance they're willing to help you at the end, but you got to help them throughout the race. That's exactly what Alex Green did, and that's going to put him side by side with Crosby Jr. Jeremy, that high line right now starting to die down. That temperature management I was talking about could be playing a factor because right now the Sanchez cannot go anywhere. He cannot go low, and Workman is stuck behind him, has been behind him now for about the last 5 laps. That motor there is going to be starting to get very, very warm. As you see the 3 of Alex Green jumps back down in front of the 33 of Crosby Jr.
Here we go. You said the thing gets on fire. This is not a Ricky Bobby at Talladega Nights. This is Talladega Days, daytime here. No lights at Talladega right now. Here we are. White flag, theoretically 1 lap to go before we see stage end. Is it going to be the 3? Is it going to be the 88? Or does somehow the top lane move and bring the 5 or the 12? Maybe he's looking to maybe scooch up to the top. Currently holding his spot behind Gabe Butler, but he has the move. That now is closed, I do believe. No, the 5 doesn't have the momentum. He still has a chance. But he's going to stay 2 wide here, down the back straight away. No charge on the top, Dustin.
Yeah, top lane is losing all momentum right now. It's going to be on your bottom lane there right now. Alex Green holds a lead, can have lane selection there. Oh, contact made. That's going to, from Zach Fritsch. That almost looked like a bump of some kind. He got loose, went down into the 85. Oh, no. Alex Green gets out of sorts. We're 4 wide there for the end. Holy, I believe Gabe Butler got that one. We got to go.
Gabe Butler. He just shouldered the crap out of Alex Green to pick up stage win. Let's take a look at that here on the Nerd TV Rewind. But flex some muscle, and maybe not necessary, but let's go back a little bit further to the trial. But there's the 88, clear as day. He's going to pick up stage. Last week we had confusion. This week there is no confusion. So, but here we go. Here's the replay of what happened. I think Alex would have won this thing, but Gabe just... it's a interesting view, but maybe we got a different angle with that one. One more time. Rewind. And here we go. This is going to be a better view. Does the 3 come up or does the 88 come down? I think the 3 might have slid up a little bit. Yeah, he did. Yep. It's the 3's fault. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I apologize.
And here's the thing, Jeremy. It's very easy to do that. I've done it in races too. You drift up to try to pull the side draft off of the car, and you lose track at where that car is at. And before you know it, you're making contact. And I mean, that right there, that ended it. You know, that's what knocked him out. He finishes second, but Gabe Butler, we're going to be talking with that 88 here just momentarily.
Yep. And we're going to go back to picture-in-picture real quick here just for a lap or 2. And then we will bring in the driver of the 88, Gabe Butler, in shortly after. We'll be right back. And welcome back, full screen here. We have someone to talk to, Dustin. The driver, the number 88, Gabe Butler, just won that stage. And like we do here at Nerd TV, we like to bring in drivers when we can, as long as we get the okay. And Gabe Butler and Team Channel 8 had to scroll down a mile because OP has 1 million Discord channels. Barely an exaggeration. There we go at the very other end of the screen. We're going to bring him in. Gabe Butler, driver the 88, stage winner. What's up, man?
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
Hey, we're doing good there, dude. Congrats on the stage win. Fast car. You've been leading a good chunk of this thing. Middle lane. You've been pushing well. You've been leading the packs well. What's been the secret ingredient to staying up front so far tonight?
Just getting some good pushes, trying to keep my pusher cool, you know, kind of clear up when I can or clear down or whatever, and you know, just trying to stay up front and keep your pusher from blowing up.
Well, there you go. You got the first half down completed. The car looks sharp, very clean looking. Is there going to do the same thing to clear this thing out?
Yeah, gonna try and keep the same thing going and try and stay up front and try and be in it for the end here.
You're one of 3 drivers here tonight going for that championship trophy, man. Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully it stays clean for you all. Put on a great show, and maybe we'll be talking to you at the post race.
Okay, just a point there. There's actually 4 of us in here. Anthony took Logan's place, so just in case you didn't know that.
They did not highlight that on
That would have been awesome information to know prior to coming in here.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
That's why I get paid the big bucks, fellas.
There you go,
All
Gabe.
right.
There you go.
Anthony English
Keeping us
in it, in the
broadcasters on
44.
our toes. I love it.
All right, fellas, have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.
So, breaking news, Jeremy. Breaking news. We do have 4. Anthony English is going for it as well.
Oh, God.
You know what? I am going to give Anthony so much crap on that. You would have thought that he could have at least let us know prior to that, but
You know,
he just wanted it to be a surprise. He just wanted Gabe to break the news live on the air, apparently.
as we go back to green flag here to start stage 2, you know, I thought the Jeff Gordon rule happened at the beginning of the chase, not in the final slot, in the final race of the season. The Jeff Gordon rule is in effect, guys. Out of nowhere, I looked through the announcements on the Discord here. Several channels, the Wednesday one, the general one. There's not a word of Anthony English taking the slot. They even posted an image of the top 4 with Logan York's name on it. And that's not just by typing it in. That is a photoshopped graphic that they saved, they uploaded to everyone to see, and it says York. It does not say English, but here we are, breaking news. Thankfully, Gabe won, or else... Just, could you imagine if we weren't given that news? Could you imagine if we just get there and Anthony wins the race, we just interview him, say, hey, good win. And he's like, what about my championship?
Right?
That would have been wild.
Good on
So-
Gabe for letting us know what was going on. I'm going to give Anthony so much shit on that one for sure. He's not living that one down. Make us look like a bunch of goofballs up here, which isn't hard, by the way. Not hard, but we don't need help doing that. We can totally do that on our own.
At least we can say it's 100% not our faults here. But now we have to turn our focus to the 44. We have barely talked about him all night, and he's been mid-pack. He's not been that top 5, top 3 driver that we're accustomed to seeing. But we're looking at him right now. He is slotted all the way back in 24th
23rd.
place. 23rd, 24th. It's super speedo racing. It bounces every second. And, yeah, there he is. There's sneaking in one of your championship contenders. I don't know how I feel about that, Dustin. What do you think? Yay or nay?
Well, you know, things happen. I mean, I've made you know, the playoffs and everything else because somebody was not going to be able to make all the races. So I mean, it could have been a thing that York was not going to be able to make tonight's race, and instead of holding that spot and making it a 3-person championship like we thought it was, thanks Anthony. You know, he sat here and, you know, gave way and let somebody else try to go for it. So I mean, anything could happen on that. But one thing though is now that we know he's a championship contender, that makes the whole start of this race a little different because he almost got wrecked on the initial start. And Jeremy, this is not like Anthony so much. We're used to Anthony being a little bit more aggressive, more so towards the top 10, top 5, trying to be up front, and now he's slotted further back in the pack. So he's playing kind of a different strategy to the other championship contenders who, Jeremy, for the most part, have been up at the front. Actually, your other three are lined up nose to tail on the inside line, being Butler, Kilday, and Crosby Jr. So it's going to be different to see how these strategies work out and how it all culminates to the closing laps of this race.
Yeah, yeah, I'm still a little out of shape on that one, but here he is, and you know, we'll see. Let's see if he sneaks it in. You know, he's 5th in points, I guess, right? Is that where he ended up in points? Was 5th? And
yep.
the last week he literally said, if I don't win this thing, you guys will not be talking about me in the finals. And well, that would turn out that was a lie because of circumstantial things that happened over the past week through OP and through Logan not showing up. And I wonder if he was even a part of that rule. I mean, but also look at the top right hand corner of the screen. Anthony English paid for the sponsorship in tonight's race. Wouldn't that feel rigged beyond rigged?
Don't be a conspiracy theorist, Jeremy. Come on.
He's gonna not only get voted in, but he's also paying for the sponsor of the race. Could you imagine all these things pointing to the 44 sneaking in a trophy tonight?
Well, anything is up for grabs, that is for sure. But I can tell you right now, I mean, yeah, even before with Logan York being in there, it was still a very stout championship 4. And it's just as stout of a championship 4 now with Butler, Kilday, Crosby Jr., and English. I mean, 4 names that you hear called quite often. So, I mean, they know how to get it done, and that's why their name is called quite often. They know how to do it. They know how to put themselves in winning situations there. And looks like the 46 of Overstreet got a little out of funk there. Ooh, couple people did. A lot of people had to sit here and take evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, the 19 really got bumped out of shape, and 19 throwing some vocal, being very vocal on the chats there on the back straightaway. He got shoved out basically there, and look at our top 3. Actually, the first 4, 5, 6. You guys are 3 wide. These are heavy racing right now. We started this thing lap 38, 39. So we're 6 laps into this run, halfway through the fuel cycle, almost. And the outside did have the momentum, and now Les Levy is losing the push from Vicente Guerrero as he has to cool off his car, and no one to cycle through. So the outside naturally just starts to lose its steam like it usually does. Give them a couple laps, though. They'll be back.
Yeah, and that's what they're working on. You see the 88 of Gabe Butler doing exactly what he had talked about, Jeremy. We touched base on that about keeping your pusher cool. And I'm super happy that Gabe Butler mentioned that in his stage interview there for being the stage winner. And you see him jump up to give Adam Kilday some fresh air on that. He'll jump up in front of Everett Lane, who Everett Lane has been doing a fantastic job as well. We haven't called his name a whole lot over the races here in the championship, but he has shown himself. He knows how to put his car in position. And right now he's doing a really good job up there in that second lane, getting big pushes from the 12 of Zach Fritsch. So we'll have to see what's going on, but you'll see Gabe Butler jump up in front of Lane and then back down in front of Kilday. So right now, Gabe Butler is the Pied Piper right now, controlling both of these lanes, trying to keep both drivers cool and trying to keep that 88 machine up at the point.
2 by 2, 5 rows deep before we see the 62 there, battle alongside the 17, the 53. It off through turn 4. Now through the try over here to complete lap 46, onwards to lap 47. 8 laps in the books on this green flag run. Outside trying anything to get going, but that time Everett Lane leads a lap. I think that's his first lap led this evening. He's been up front quite a bit here, but finally able to stick that nose in front of Gabe Butler, who out of the top 4, Dustin, in the championship hunt, Gabe Butler has been that guy. He's just slightly better right now than Kilday and Crosby, which is directly behind him. And then we have Lane finally shift down to the bottom. It's going to open up the 12 of Zach Fritz. He's going to cool off for a lap. And then, but yeah, now Gabe Butler still the strongest running contender up to this point. Now, can we get the 44 up here? Let's see a four-way battle.
And like I said, I mean, we still got 24 laps to go, 23 as they cross the line this time by Jeremy. There's still plenty of time. I have a feeling that by the time it counts and when it counts, you are going to see all 4 of your championship contenders up there battling out, and it is going to be marvelous. It's going to be an awesome race. But, I mean, these guys are putting on a great race right now. Everett Lane out front, putting himself in position, doing a fantastic job right now. Center lane trying to get something going. Now Zach Fritz for the first time leading that center lane. He's getting pushes from Alex Green. Oh, Alex Green drifts up. Almost makes contact with the 62 of Les Levy. They have to scatter. That's going to break the momentum that top side had been building over the last lap and a half, 2 laps.
Yeah, the inside 3 cars almost single file, but the 12 with Adam Green's help is, or Alex Green rather, he's slowly creeping in. He's at the quarter panel of the 88 now, as the outside is basically gone. It's just not a thing at this time. But when they get to turn 1, Dustin, and the 12, Mr. Fritsch, has lost a little bit of steam there. It's going to leave Gabe Butler and Everett Lane to kind of control the inside. Does the 88 try to dip up to the outside to reclaim the lead, to cool off the engine maybe just a little bit? Or is he going to hang tight and help the 24 of Everett? So far, turn 3 and 4. Answer is hold the bottom at this time. Don't ruin a good thing right now, I guess, if you got such a good control right now.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it's right now, Gabe's in an excellent position. I mean, he's sitting inside right now. He's doing good. He's, I mean, running very well, but big time push and run from that middle lane right now. As you see the 12 finally getting to the quarter panel of the 24. Gabe Butler trying to give some pushes right now to the 24 to try to get him further forward, but that's going to box Gabe Butler in. So even if he wanted to move, there's nowhere to go. He is locked right now to that rear bumper of the 24.
Yeah, locked in right now as the 12 is making some momentum. Zach to the front. The outside has picked up a little momentum here. Can they get the 12 to at least lead a lap? Not going to be able to do it this time. Maybe next time. Let's see the 19. He's a little out of shape there. Zachary Workman, not the first time we've seen a little out of shape. There's a gap now between the 33 and himself. That's going to temporarily slow down the inside, and you see it right there. The 12 instantly gets to the door almost of the 24. But then as the inside lane closes back in, that steam runs away. Oh, then we may go 3 wide. The outside quickly breaking apart here. This is maybe allowing Gabe Butler to maybe make a second decision to move to the top or not.
Yeah, a lot of moving, a lot of shaking, but Jeremy, with 20 laps to go right now, when you look back, you can see that inside line has got a lot of cars lined up on it. So the question is there going to be some drivers short pit this? And by short pit, that means the amount of laps that this tank can hold, the second that they know that they can make it to the end on a full tank of gas, well, a 45% fuel load, that's considered a full tank over here at OP for the Grand National Series, they will come into pit. Statistically, the first group that comes into pit, if they are organized and they don't have any mistakes on pit road, is usually the one that will be up at the front of the pack by the time green flag pit stops cycle through. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised, Jeremy, if we see a group of drivers that try to short pit. I mean, if you look at the way this racing's going, except for the initial start where the admins had to throw caution, because we don't count the competition caution. That's not a caution for a wreck. That is just a competition caution. This race has had 1 caution, and that was on the initial start where everything got checked up. And to prevent wrecking a lot of cars, admins threw a caution. It's been caution-free. So a short pit might be a safe bet.
Absolutely here, and we are working on 14 laps under green flag conditions, so pit stops in the next lap or 2, maybe even this time by, as majority field is on the bottom. You see it, so pit road is quickly going to open up. I'm going to shout out one of our partners before we head that way. It's going to be iRacing iFlag. Get your digital pit board today at iRacingIFlag.com. It's going to give you 20 plus notifications that iRacing offers you on a 64 LED panel. And it's very cool, 3 different brightness levels, really completes the sim rig. And, you know, it's just a sweet product. It's much more louder in terms of visuals than just that little tiny flag box that iRacing gives you. So it's really cool to have. iRacingIFlag.com has the products you want and need. And Super Nerd at checkout is going to save you 15%.
Yeah, absolutely. As Jeremy, we're seeing a lot of drivers starting to merge to that inside lane. You only have a handful now, about 5 cars, and big cut by the 3 of Alex Green to get in there. That's going to leave 4 cars on that top side right now. That's going to be the 99 of Alex Giffen is going to be leading that charge. You got Len McNeese up there as well. You got the 36 of Stephen Luttrell, and then you have the 8 of Michael Pratt are the only ones left on that high side. As here we go, green flag, pit stops, drivers coming in right now, Jeremy. This is the point of safe return. If they pit now and it stays green, they will have enough to make it to the end. And you see a lot of team cars, FSR coming down in full force. Literally all 4 drivers, Crosby Jr., Zach Fritsch, Workman, and a caution. That is going to... That's going to reset that. But, Jeremy, that should put these drivers up front because they were on pit road at the time that caution came out. So everybody else is going to have to pit.
Yeah, thankfully it was only at pit entrance for the first group of cars, so no one's going to be put down a lap for this. It's just going to put the people that just pitted in first, second, third place, like you just mentioned. And the 04 Mark Mann just eating wall for dinner tonight. Man,
what happened?
Yeah, that was a smashing impact there.
It was Len McNeese, so we got to go further up. Oh man, there was big time implications.
I thought I saw one of the cars out of shape there on the infield. And which car was the 84?
Oh, geez, no, Len McNeese got a bump there. I don't know. That was Jimmy Reynolds. We're gonna have to back that up. McNeese trying to save it. He's got the wibble wobbles going back and forth, and then once it goes completely around, he's got no control over that, and it just comes right back up on the track, clips the 04 Mark Mann. Looks like Sanchez gets a piece of it. Harold Rothery gets a piece of it. Ron Walters gets a piece of it. But yeah, we're going to have to go back and take a look and see where that contact happened, and that looked like it come from the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds there. Yeah,
my analysis on that is if we go to bump the 99, right? So we're going to bump the 99 here. And he's going to move to the inside. The 84 gets a run. But he has to check up. So he doesn't sideswipe him. And that checkup is what causes the contact that sends Lenz McNeese to the infield. And then you're out of control at this point. Like, you're just holding on for dear life because you know what the final fate is, sliding this fast into a corner on the apron. You have nothing to do, but physics is telling you you're going up the track, buddy. And we clipped the number 10 of Ron Walters, who's a part of that wreck with Eric Lowry earlier. Mark Mann just gets completely obliterated. And then the 6 comes out, Harold Rothery, and just destroys himself on the 84 as he's almost to the outside wall. And you see him, the Nerd TV screen now. We have pit stops on this pit road cycle. Everybody else is trying to catch back up here underneath this caution.
Yeah, and that's going to put these 4 drivers right here at the point. So that is literally 4 FSR drivers, Crosby Jr., Zach Fritsch, Zach Workman, and Nate Warren, now going to be up at the front, Jeremy, with we're going to have less than 15 laps to go by the time this thing is cycled through and we get done. But yeah, like you said, I mean, I agree with that analysis. That was just it was a bump on the 99. They got the 99 offset. 84 went to try to get get away from that and came down right in front of the 17. Jimmy Reynolds had nowhere to go on that one. So a lot of damaged cars on that one there. But I mean, Jeremy, we've gone through 3/4 of this race here before we actually had our first caution due to an actual wreck that happened on track. So I mean, that's going to kind of dice this up. You know, these guys were pitting to short pit, and it now puts them at the front. They have enough to make it to the end, even going full out, hammer down. And these caution laps are just going to extend the fuel that they have in the tank. So this could make things interesting. And out of these 4 drivers, one of them is a championship contender, being the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr.
Yep, 100% here. Is we're gonna have a lap and a half left before we kick this thing back into, green flag for 13. Should be 12. Should be 12 laps remaining when we go green flag racing here. We're getting close to the end, Dustin. These drivers, these top 4. Well, I thought it was 3. We all thought it was 3. But 4, Anthony English is up to 13th now, so he's slowly getting there. They made this change up so inconspicuous, Dustin, that Anthony English's name is lowercase. That is not uppercase. Like, even they didn't know. The admins didn't know that this guy just, pulled Logan York out of the spot, took it, no one questioned it. And if he's really not in the championship hunt here, we're gonna find Gabe Butler, and we're gonna have a chat with this man. So I don't know. It's all confusing. But we got 4 drivers, 12 laps remaining. We go green flag next time by him, and this is it. This is for everything. This race is gonna get crazy. We might see some wrecks. We might see a 3-wide finish. Do you bump the guy out of the way if you want his championship, if he's directly in front of you? We're about to find this all out.
Oh, yeah, we are. It's going to get crazy, Jeremy. We are working towards that 10 laps to go mark, and that's ever vitally important because at 10 laps to go, admins no longer throw cautions. The reason why admins throw cautions here is to try to prevent the ARCA braking, as it's been dubbed in the iRacing community, by drivers not slowing down and, getting into the driver in front of them. Well, at 10 laps to go, admins do not throw any cautions. That's due to the fact to allow the admins to focus on racing at that point in time, because that's when it's time to shit or get off the pot, as they so very well and elegantly say. So it's going to get crazy. You're going to see it go 3 wide. It's going to be a good one. Exactly what you would expect from a championship race here at OP.
Do they actually use that saying? Like, I have not in the real world heard that. I've only heard it as an expression.
It depends on what part of the country you live in. In the Midwest, it is highly used. Yes, shit or get off the pot is used quite often in the Midwest.
Well,
and guess what? Guess where we're at.
Well, yeah, you're right there. I'm where the Rockets go up there on the East Coast. So it is soda. It is not pop.
Okay, so let's change it up. Strike while the iron is hot. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, no, that one has more material. Because people these days, they're not on the shit or the shit. They're on there to play with their phones on a work break. So they are staying on that pot to get business done. But here we go. Green flag out. 12 laps remaining in this season of the OP Grand National Buttkicker race day, or Talladega, underway. Got the 12 on the outside, the 33 championship contender on the inside. Crosby, can he do this? He's not been the guy, but he's looking to be the guy right now.
Absolutely, and he's looking to try to. Here's the thing: he's looking to try to get that repeat, Jeremy. He was last season's winner in the Wednesday OP Buttkicker Grand National Series, so he is looking to try to repeat right now, and he has put himself in a fantastic position to try to do so. He's getting big pushes from his teammate Zach Workman in the 19, Jeremy, working their way through the tri-oval right now. 11 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to see an excellent race right now as the 44 of Anthony English jumped to the high side, but so did a lot of other drivers. Remember, he's trying to get up there as well. If you want to know where your championship contenders are right now, Crosby Jr. currently leading, Adam Kilday currently in 4th. Then your next one is going to be Anthony English in 14th. And if you're wanting to know where Gabe Butler's at, well, he's slotted all the way back in 21st. There's your championship runners right now as they run. And is that looks like Overstreet in the wall there, hard.
46 in the wall as 071 Eric Lowry come on the radio, said he's sorry, so he must have made contact with the 46 at some point there. And Kitty Bishop on the chat saying, I use that term. Shit, I get off the pot.
Thank you,
sir.
Kitty. Thank
See,
you, KBC.
This guy literally takes a half-hour poop break at 9 a.m. almost every morning. I know that phone loses about 10% battery doing so. I don't know what he's talking about, but look at this field. It is 3x3x3x3x3x3.
Oh,
no
man,
contact.
big time. Woo!
That could have been the biggest OP wreck in history. Up at the front, that would have been huge. But yeah, this is okay. So let's set the scene here. Gabe Butler, we said he was in 23rd a couple laps ago. Now we're 3 wide. This man is officially gridlocked. Oh, hold on. Green. Alex Green almost wrecked it. Great save. But Gabe Butler has to drive through this 3 wide nonsense to go back to where he's been all race long. So now he is in the weeds, trying to navigate this. 9 laps to go here.
Yeah, and that caution worked out perfectly for the group that came down pit road first to try to short pit. Like that, if you couldn't plan it that well for everything to work out, but that was like the perfect storm of things to happen to put these drivers in the position they are right now. And you see the 215, Derek Donna now leading that top side, Jeremy. They're getting a little bit of momentum. Les Levy pushing the 215. And this is going to be 3 wide gridlock, like you said, from now until the checkered flag if they can go the distance. And like you said, drivers like Gabe Butler, they are locked right now. There's not a whole lot of lane shifting you can do. Drivers like Anthony Inglis back in 12th, gridlocked right now. The only driver that is remotely in, close comparison in attacking distance from the 33 of Crosby Jr. is Adam Kilday in 8th, but he's still gridlocked right now, Jeremy.
Do you use the bumper? Do you go 4 wide? What do you do if you're Gabe Butler? You have no option. You're the last guy out of the top 4. You've been up front half this race.
Oh, contact! Oh, man, Zach Fritsch out of sorts there.
Man.
And he
Wait for the wreck to
saved
happen
it.
too. They're trying to wreck up here, momentarily scattering. This is actually going to help Gabe. He has a little momentum now to play with. He can go to the bottom if he wants and maybe pick up a spot or 2. And shuffling now. That mistake right there is shuffled the field. They're now able to move around a little bit to ungridlock themselves just by a little bit. Top 6 cars, only 2 by 2. 215, Derek Donna on the top here. He's being pushed by Les Levy. And can the outside get back to where they were just a lap ago?
Yeah, that was a close one there. A little bit of door panel to door panel contact. Got both the 12 and the 215 out of shape there. Both drivers saved it, though. Excellent save by the 215 of Donna and the 12 of Fritsch. And now they're trying to build that momentum back up again as Zach Fritsch in that middle lane is lurched a little bit further ahead of, wow, okay, thanks, iRacing. That was fantastic. All but 2 cars just completely disappeared. But, hey, we're back, though, Jeremy. We're back.
Online racing at its spot. Oh, the 5. Here we go. Big wreck, 17-5. Caution is out on lap 65. Any championship contenders? We're going to try to figure that out. Sanchez clearing it. There's the 59. That's Joe Guerrero. 17, Jimmy Reynolds. He's in it. Gabe Butler in the 88. He has a little rear end damage.
Oh, that looks like the
That's
5
deep.
of Sanchez was going on the inside. Just slight contact there.
Line, huh?
Yep, gonna collect John Guerrero. 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. 5 of Sanchez on that. They're gonna bounce back down. Gabe Butler gets a piece of that. Everett Lane gets a piece of that. So, yeah, there was some championship implications on that. Butler goes around. Oh, Rothery, does he make contact or not? Miss it. Oh, slight contact there. But, for the most part, doesn't look too bad right now, Jeremy. But, yeah, definitely a big-time wreck on that one there, collecting a couple drivers.
Joe Guerrero backs out of the session after that wreck there. As these guys get winded back up to the pace car. I would imagine Gabe Butler is just going to pit with 4 fresh Goodyears and a fast repair. Because what do you have to lose? You're going to be starting this thing basically a green-white checkered. And so That's what I would expect, but we'll see. Maybe he's going to assess the damage before pressing the button for sure. But 88 Gabe Butler was already hurting by position. He got his way, I think, inside the top 15 right before that wreck happened. So he was making some moves with that hiccup a lap prior. But now, obviously, back outside the top 20. He has to just reset the car, I think, and just when that green flag flies, he's got a boot, scoot, and boogie.
Yeah, it's Gabe Butler in a tough predicament right now. A lot of cars between him and the front spot, and that's between him and a championship right now. Anthony English also in a tough spot as well, as he is slotted in 12th. That means he's going to be gridlocked. But here's the thing, though, and actually it's going to be 11th as we have a few drivers coming into pit. That's actually going to put Anthony English on the inside. That means he's going to be gridlocked on that inside until he can try to make a move to the outside. Jeremy, they're going to have to get a run going in that third lane to try to get anything going at this point in time. Adam Kilday in 7th place, also going to be on that inside row as we were talking about. So a lot of these championship contenders, Jeremy, are going to have to make some quick moves, and they're going to have to be quick because they're only going to have a green, white, checkered in order to try to get this done, which is not much time. 2.66 miles is the distance around this entire track. But, Jeremy, when you are gridlocked and everybody is as close as they are, that is a tough cookie to swallow. It's doable, but it's going to be a challenge. But if anybody can do it, these championship 4, they definitely can.
Once you dunk that cookie in milk, absolutely a tough one to swallow there. As it takes about 2/3 of a lap to get up to speed, so you really have like a lap and a quarter to really just at speed to make the moves you need to. Hopefully you find someone who missed a shift that you can take advantage of, maybe pass them that way. Hopefully your partner that that's behind you, maybe he makes a mistake and it costs you something. So it's just so many things go wrong. We saw it the very first restart. One missed shift can cause several cars to have damage. We started the race that way. There is a chance we could end it that way. Hopefully not, but we'll find out. Right now, top 4, Crosby Jr. 2nd, Adam Kilday 7th, Anthony English 11th, Gabe Butler 19th. So top 3 really just they're all in that bubble. 5 spots separates the top 3 out of the 4. As that last driver, can he sneak his way back in that picture?
Yeah, and that's going to be the interesting thing. But as things have shaken up and the standings have set down, right now Anthony English is going to be slotted 10th, Jeremy. That is probably best case scenario to try to make something happen out of a very small window of opportunity. It's going to allow him to jump to that high side if he's got the people behind him to help. That's going to be the big maker. Adam Kilday going to be stuck on that inside lane as it sits right now, and you're going to have Crosby Jr. up front with Zach Fritsch, and Crosby Jr., as Fritsch elects to take that inside line, will be starting, or he elects to take the outside line, so Crosby Jr. will be starting inside. It's going to be tough right now, but I mean, if this is the best case scenario for the 44 of Anthony English being on that outside line right now. That it's best case scenario. Expect the move to the third lane to happen quick.
Yep, expect it to happen quick. 3 wide will be utilized right away as soon as you get to gear 3 and then maybe slightly into 4. That's when you might see the moves happen. And half lap before we go back to green flag here. Do a quick shout out to a partner that does not have a rotating commercial break. Our post-race show, Victory Fuel sponsor, official hydration partner for the Nerditudes. If you're looking for a drink with no artificial coloring, no caffeine, packed full of vitamins, and a great strong flavor, not that watered down stuff like most other water drinks have. This is full flavor. 3, you got grape, you got fruit punch, and you got lemon. And just a great beverage. Not a large can either. It's only 12 ounces. It's enough to just, kick you back in gear without all the additives that most drinks have. And that's going to be at drinkvictory.com. Super Nerd at checkout will save you 10%.
Yeah, as these drivers are lining it back up, this restart is going to be ever vitally important. Remember, The 4 drivers up front right now, all FSR short pitted. So, I mean, their best case scenario is we get the green flag, come around, get the white flag, and then it's all over after that, because you don't know how much fuel they have left in the tank for green-white checkers, Jeremy. Pace car is off. They are coming around for what could be the last restart, Jeremy. Green flag flies, last restart for the championship race, the Anthony English at Dega.
Here we go. What will happen in this race? What will happen? We got a lap and a half here almost. Do we see another green-white checker attempt? Do we see green flag all the way? 33-12. That's your front row. And that's going to be your championship winner unless something happens to the 33. Does it get shuffled or does someone sneak to the outside? Anthony English, he's trying. He's bumping the 85. It's going to shuffle the 62 back. The 14. Does he jump up? No, man. The 14 is so out of shape here, Dustin. 3 and 4. Still, Crosby in a great spot.
Yeah, Crosby in the best spot possible right now. That top line just not organized. Off of turn 4, Vicente Guerrero jumps to the high side. Jeremy coming through the tri-oval, crossing the line. White flag flies. Crosby Jr. on the inside. Zach Fritsch in the middle. Vicente Guerrero on the outside. 3 wide. We will end. They are wrecking behind. Big time wreck happening behind. Gabe Butler involved. There goes his chances gone. But back up front, we are still racing. Oh, big time push from the 16. Gets the 33 out of shape. Crosby collects it. Still going. Right now, it's going to be side by side. Zach Fritsch got the lead in the center lane. Big pushes from Workman. Vicente Guerrero trying to get something going. Oh, big time wreck. Takes everybody out. That's going to leave nobody in that middle line. Everybody on that low line right now. Crosby Jr., big pushes from his FSR teammate, will take the win and the championship.
There we go. Big Rex gonna secure Jeff Crosby Jr. as your OP Grand National Series champion and final race winner of the season. Congratulations to that man on your screen, the double 3, Jeff Crosby Jr., champion.
What a finish. And like I said, that all culminated with the accident that don't know if it was from a bad bump or what, but it looked like Workman flew up the track, so it went fast, and that literally disrupted that middle lane there, and the only driver that was left in that middle lane was the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Everybody else was lined up behind the 33 of Crosby Jr., and that just set up for the perfect finish and the best case scenario for that 33.
Yeah, it set him up for a big success right there.
See the good congratulatory bumps from Papa Crosby there, Mr. Crosby Sr.
Look at the crab walk. Mark, man. Not to take away the moment for the 33, but he makes it. He is crab walking so hard right now. That car is destroyed, but back to where the focus needs to be. This man's going to burn it down, not for 1 trophies tonight, but 2 trophies handed out to this man. Burn it down. The screen is yours. Stay from the wall, so no conversations from me. Oh, wait, hold on. We might hit another car. Nope. Let's see how much he burns it down here.
Oh, he's going to burn it down. He's going to keep going until that thing pops. Like I said, that was one thing. I've had many conversations with this man here, and that was one thing he was talking about, was trying to, how cool it would be to try to repeat like that. And he was able to do it. Made the right calls. That short pit and the caution that come out after they already hit pit road worked out in his favor almost flawlessly. So everything lined up for that man right there. Driver of the number 33 Skull Bandit car and your Buttkicker Grand National Series champion for this season, Mr. Jeff Crosby Jr.
Senior right there with him in the grass, celebrating with him. They're burning it down. This man ain't ever going to get out of the car. He is just... He's got to be so excited to pick up... I don't know if it might be his first win this season. Fact check me on that. And what a way to get that win if it is his first, then none other than the final race where it matters the most. But here we go. Unofficial results for the final race here on this fine Wednesday night. Jeff Crosby Jr., champion and winner at Dega. Second place, Nathan Warren. Third place goes to Derek Donna. Ginger Parrott there on the YouTube
Excellent
side of the
finish for
crowd.
the 215 Adana.
Yeah, sneaking in a good, solid finish there late in the going. Anthony English sneaks in fourth place. He finally made his way to the top five, just a little too late. Zach Fritz fifth. Hilday with a great, fantastic save off a turn four that final lap. Ends up in sixth. Dana Shepard seventh. Jeff Crosby Sr. eighth. Rick Seabrands ninth. Stephen Luttrell rounds out the top 10. 11th is Zachary Workman. Dave Hunt in 12th. Les Levy 13th. David Overstreet in 14th. Everett Lane, P15. Vicente Guerrero 16th. Alex Green 17th. Michael Pratt. Jimmy Reynolds 18th. Michael Pratt is in 19th. And that is your final car on the lead lap. 20th on back is Gary Bergeron, Gabe Butler, Mark Mann, Alex Giffen, Douglas Johnson, Eric Lowry, Harold Rothery, Rick Sanchez, Joe Guerrero, Ron Walters, Len McNeese, and Shane Ward. Rounds out the 31 cars to start this final race. We got our top three to talk to, of course, and we will go full screen. We will be right back. Nerd TV post race presented by Victory Fuel, and we have our top three gathered up here. First and foremost, we start off at third place and work our way up. So this man, Derek Donna, P3 tonight. Congratulations on a good solid finish, sir.
Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, we have Ginger Parent in the YouTube every single week cheering you on, and they're saying first podium for Derek in a long time.
It is,
So,
yeah.
and you started back in 24th, so you had to climb that battle initially. How in the world did you find P3? Was it just sheer luck or something you had kind of planned late in the going?
Good tires and just enough fuel to get to the end.
Good tires and fuel. I mean, that does.
It helps. Other than that, just pure luck.
There we go. Really simply said there from the driver of the 215. Now, it's been a long time. You've gone through some heartache there trying to make this happen. So, what's next season going to entail? Does this kind of like break a little spell that you have and maybe give you a better shot for next season?
I sure hope so. I mean, this is season 2 in a row that I was just outside the cutoff for the 16 and had drivers, drop out, and luckily I was able to run the first set of elimination there. Hopefully next season I come out a little stronger and have a little better luck and can finish third when I'm actually fighting for it.
So does that mean
Absolutely.
that bad wrench is now a good wrench? It's your first podium in a while, so
I'll have to talk to my painter about that one.
I think you just leave the paint scheme as is. Like
I like
you
the
got
bad
three-
wrench. I do. I dig it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
it's great. Daniel over at DEP does some awesome paint schemes for us, and I've had this one for a couple seasons now, and it finally gave me some luck.
Heck yeah, it sure did, man. And well, congratulations on that. You have a little off season on the Wednesday stuff. Looks like roughly 3 weeks, so utilize that. Do what you gotta do, and then we'll try to kick butt next season, man. Any final words before we let you go?
Absolutely. I'd just like to throw out a thank you to Daniel over at DEP. Dana Shepard races out here with me as well. He's actually my uncle. Thank you to him for all his help out there. My mother for letting me use her basement down here to set up my rig, and you guys up at the booth make it all possible. So thank you guys as well.
Appreciate you, Derek Donna. Congrats on that P3, and we'll catch you here in a few weeks.
All right. Thank you. Have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Derek Donna, P3. Congratulations.
Very
on
happy
that.
Derek Donna. I love to hear that.
Short and sweet. He just said, "Give me some good tires and some fuel, man."
And a lot of luck. And
and
Jeremy, you know how true
car.
that is at this track.
Yeah. No, it's a little skill for sure to make it there, but a lot of luck along the way through the race to make it happen. Now, second place, we're going to talk to this man, number 16, Nathan Warren. Congrats on P2.
Thank you.
You and Derek Donna both started outside the top 20. You did 21st. You had some moments there in the fronts, and then some cautions kind of triggered some things. And how are you able to climb your way up to P2 tonight?
Well, I was the main goal was to get my good pal Jeff Crosby to the checkered first, and we got a mission accomplished on that one. It's pretty chill race. We got pretty fortunate that second to last yellow there right before the green flag pit stops, or right when we were green flag pitting, set us up big, and we didn't FSR each other and wreck each other. We made it, and right there at that last restart, I told Jeff, I was like, me and you we're just gonna be in our own little world until the checkered waves. We don't really got to worry about nothing else, and it worked out that way.
It got close though, Nate. It got close. Don't think we didn't capture that bump that kind of got Crosby off center there on the white flag. Yeah,
bro. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not happening. Yeah, we made it. The grace of God.
You did. You guys did a fantastic job out there. What was going through your guys' mindset when you guys came down? Because we literally had just talked about short pitting, and who was going to take the short pit, who was going to try it. And the second you guys hit pit road, I think the first FSR car was hitting their pit box, and the caution came out. What was your Discord channel like at that point in time?
Oh, we were like, this never happens to us. It's such a roll of the dice. It's everyone. It could be anyone, and it happened to be all four of us together. I think Les might have been with us or something, but maybe not even that. Yeah, it was clean, unlike Monday.
Well, good job, man. You came with the mindset of getting the 33 to victory lane, and here we are. We're talking about it, and you got second place. So, job well accomplished for FSR there. And any final shout-outs before we do let you go tonight?
Happy Easter to everyone. Have a good weekend with your families. Shout out to my beautiful wife Adrian and my kids Marvin, AJ, and I'm glad you guys are sticking aboard with us for next year. I enjoy your guys' broadcast. You guys do a kick-ass job.
Appreciate that, man. Yep, all next season. Their TV's got the coverage from start to end, man. So have a good Easter. Have a good few weeks off, and we'll catch you back here, and we'll kick butt for next season.
Yep, have a good night.
You too. I missed my pun, Dustin. I kicked butt at the Buttkicker because,
You missed opportunity, man. You cannot miss opportunities like that.
Yeah, that's me. That's me in a nutshell, guys. If you don't know me now you do. So here we go. Now, this guy, we're going to call not only a race winner, but we're going to call him the OP Grand National Buttkicker Series champion, Jeff Crosby Jr. Congratulations, dude.
Thanks, guys. That was a really fun race, wasn't it?
Monotoned with the championship in hand. Man, yeah, that was a fun race. A lot of three wide, good solid racing. A couple of wrecks, small, big, everything in between there. You got some really good breaks. What was the deal there? I know and Nathan said his goal was to get you here, and you guys finished 1-2, so that plan executed perfectly.
I believe he also added in there and not FSR it. I believe that was his terminology.
100% to a T there. We usually screw things up or kind of on the crap end of the deal most of the times. But man, we were top 4 there at the end, and Dad was there. He's not part of FSR, but he was up there helping us as well. I think he was like P5 at one time, and man, it was just it just all clicked. We definitely got lucky there with that whole caution coming out while we boxed, and that definitely sealed it, because once we figured out we were top 4, we were just gonna stay put and let the guys make their own mistakes, and it looks like that's what happened. We just did it.
What was that moment like whenever that caution came out? And you said it sealed it in, so like, what was your emotions at that time?
Well, at first I didn't realize we needed to catch the pace car, so I was kind of freaking out. We had to go all the way around and beat everybody out of pits, which thankfully we did. I was just like, holy crap, this is not happen to us ever. So when that happened, we were like, oh crap, we might actually have a big chance here to do this.
And then the Rex played out behind, which kind of cleared the field more so, and then it just you and a handful of people crossing the line there in a group, I think 9 in total. I see Alyssa Crosby saying, I love the 33, way to go, husband. So you got family in the chats there. Rooting for you, cheering you on, man.
I got a question, though.
No, hold on.
I have a question. It goes on the FSR thing. What was going through your mind on that white flag lap when you got a bump from Nate there? Because we know that he was giving your back bumper the business and everything he could to keep you up front. And it got you out of sorts a little bit and you had a little wobble. What was going through your mind at that point in time, that close to the end?
Well, I thought he was going to come back up the track and wreck everybody. I knew I was clear, but I was like, oh, crap, here we go again. And then I saw Adam behind him, and I was like, oh, great. So what's he going to do? I wasn't really sure where like Anthony and Gabe were, but yeah, it was definitely a little scary. I know everybody was pushing there, and he did a heck of a job getting back in line and pushing me cleanly throughout trial. And I think, what was it, between 3 and 4, everybody just started wrecking, and it was a little scary seeing him go below the yellow line on the backstretch.
I believe that, man, for sure. But congratulations, you got the trophy, you got the win. It's kind of cool to get the 2 trophies in the same night there. So just job well done from the team,
and
yourself.
Better yet, Mr. Repeat. We can't forget that. Mr. Repeat. Can we start calling you that? Is that a new nickname now?
That's fine with me. Back-to-back repeat. Surprisingly, this is I won back in season 8 for Wednesday night, so this is my 3rd Wednesday night championship, and I think this is my 10th career win tonight too. So it's just been crazy. I love Wednesday nights. It's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot less stressful than Monday. Just come out here and just race it out with your best buds and have a blast.
Win a race, win a championship. You know, yeah.
I love it, man. So kick-ass job. Now you get the off season to kind of reminisce on that and maybe go for a 4th next season. But, dude, floor is yours. Final thoughts before I let you go.
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to you guys. You guys do a hell of a job up there. Definitely looking forward to having you guys back next season, and hopefully looking forward to talking to you guys a lot more next season. Definitely want to give a shout out to my wife. She's sitting here listening to you guys' the broadcast and interview, and she lets me do this every Monday and Wednesday, and it's pretty cool that she lets me do this. I mean, it takes a little bit out of the evening, but still a fun time, and I'm really grateful that she lets me. Definitely want to give a shout out to Dad there, Senior. He was rooting me on there the last half of that lap, and really appreciate how he still comes back. I mean, it's crazy how we got him into this a few seasons ago, and he's still chugging along, and he's getting better and better each time. Definitely want to shout out to Nate there for giving me the push toward the end, and all the encouragement from all of them, Workman and Fridge, and man, let's see if we can go for another one.
Can he go for a 4th next season? That's it. Jeff Crosby Jr., congratulations one more time on the championship and the win tonight, and we'll catch you in a few weeks.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, there we go, Dustin. That is our top 3. That is your champion. The 33 with 3 trophies. Makes sense. He's going to try to go for a 4th, though. That's kind of cool. 3 championships.
Yeah, 3 championships, got the repeat. So, hi, Alyssa. So, I have to give a shout out, seeing that she was listening. But, I mean, what a way to do it. I mean, everything just culminated all together. I mean, the seas parted. I mean, what needed to happen literally
Really
just
did.
kept happening over and over, starting with the, caution right as they started to short pit, the way that the wreck happened in the back, which kind of separated the field a little bit. And then all of a sudden the middle line was gone and it was literally everybody lined up behind. And I mean, Jeff had the best person behind him right there. He had an FSR teammate, so he was not going to leave his bumper whatsoever. So it's fantastic. We've raced, with Junior a number of times. Always a solid guy. So super happy to see him get that repeat there. And we had 3 different champions this season. So we had drivers that had a chance to double up on the chips this season, but none were able to do it. And we had 3 different champions. Of course, Anthony English taking the Unlimited Series championship just Saturday ago, or a couple Saturdays ago. That's on our friends at Max Speed TV. You had Adam Kilday taking the championship on Monday. That's with our friends over at Turn 3. And then, of course, here on Nerd TV, you got to see Crosby Jr. take the championship. So it's been an excellent season, Jeremy, and we're entering our off season, but we're going to be back, and we're going to be, it's going to be a hell of a show next season. It's going to be fun giving these guys the spotlight on Wednesday because it's such a fun series. Different tracks, different cars. It's going to be excellent.
Here it is, the most relaxed one. It has the fewer cautions. It has still excellent racing. So I'm glad we get to call the best series of the week at OP. I'll claim that now. And yeah, no, it's going to be great. They're going to get a little break, 3 weeks, and then we'll be back at it. So we'll revamp our stuff in the meantime and even give you a better product all season long for part 3. Is that the 3rd season this year or second season this year? So it'll be season number 2 for 2025. For the Wednesday stuff, and we're gonna be live every Sunday, of course, except for this coming one. It's Easter, so you guys, we're not gonna be on live this Sunday for those who follow us every single week, but we'll be back out the week after. And well, Dustin, have a good Easter yourself, man. We're gonna take a little break. I think we still have a broadcast tomorrow. That kind of is in the limbo at the moment, so stay tuned tomorrow night on YouTube if you want to follow us with the SRA Late Model Stock Tour. I think we still have a broadcast tomorrow. We'll find out. But you guys stay safe out there. Get your nerd on. Dustin, what you got for him?
As always, it's not goodbye. It's just till next time. Stay nerdy.
Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue, we fell into play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter, there were times when there was joy, but they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Well, true.